this episode of Emergency Intercom.
Today is a more serious episode.
Yeah, something really scary has happened to Drew. I just don't know what it is yet.
So last night, it was like the latest I have stayed up in a very long time. Like I was up till like 2 a.m., 3 a.m., which is like very out of character for me.
Yeah, I was shocked when you said that. Because you're like impeding on my time.
Yeah.
So it's like, chill the fuck
you
out.
woke up kind of early this morning, which is my time. But I was laying in bed, kind of just like spiraling, thinking about everything, as one does, very existential, very like, what is the point to all this? Like, and then like I hear rain, and it starts raining, and I'm like, oh, thank God. Like I had such a good day yesterday, like mentally and emotionally, like thank God I have rain to put a cap on this day, like this perfect day.
How could it get any better?
Yeah, and so I have my window wide open, and as some of you guys know or remember, I sleep with my windows like unblinded. Like I hate blinds. I feel constricting. They make my space feel even smaller than it already is. I don't like blinds. So I'm like used to like having whatever, the elements coming in. But yesterday I like opened my window to like listen to the rain, and I stayed up late to experience the rain. And I'm like laying in bed with my window open, watching Succession, and I hear this sound in our neighbor's backyard, and I'm like, what the fuck is that? And it like is very eerie. It's like a very eerie sound, like almost like a heavy breathing sound. And I'm like, oh hell no, like what is going on? So I like look out of my window, and I can't see anything because I still have my like overhead light on, and I like look out, and like I don't see anything. Obviously I just said that, but I go and turn off my light because I'm like really curious, because the sound is like getting louder and it feels like it's getting closer, and I'm like, literally, what the fuck is going on? Like, what is this sound? And I was like, oh, maybe it's just our neighbor's dog, like just breathing heavy, being weird because they neglect that thing, and it's really sad, and they just lock it outside all the time. But that's not the point of the story. I look out there, and there's literally a fucking person.
Oh, you going on like your tangent about the way they treat their dog in the middle of your story. Keep going, sorry.
But there's a person standing in their fucking backyard.
Are you lying?
I'm being dead fucking serious. I even took a note because I was like, oh, that's the killer, and they're about to be killed, and like the police are gonna come over here and question me and look. But there's like this big fucking dude standing in their backyard, breathing heavy, and I was like, I thought you were asleep, and I didn't want to wake you up and scare you. And Josh was already asleep, and I was just like, I don't know what to do. So I just shut my window and went to sleep, and took a note at 2:03 a.m. and was like, there was a person in their backyard, and if they wake up dead or don't wake up dead, they were murdered by him, and I'm going to go to the police and like talk to them about it. But I haven't heard anything from them, so they could have been murdered. But there was a person just standing, breathing in their backyard. Really,
dude, what? No, that is actually like, that's not even.
No, I know. That's what I'm saying. It's like actually scary.
That's like actually the killer.
I know. It was giving the killer, and like, I don't know if he was looking at me. Like, I don't know if he was looking into my window, and I was just like, oh my God, like this is the first time in my life like I want blinds. Like it was very, very eerie. I can even show you the note because I
wish you took a picture.
I was like so scared. I was literally shaking in my boots, and normally like normally I would text you and be like, there's someone, but I really was like freaking the fuck out, like PTSD'd from like the first home invasion. Like I was like shaking in my boots, like I wanted to come and grab
We've literally been manifesting.
Yeah, for real.
Like evil things.
We've been retelling.
You're just not supposed to talk about anything bad that's ever happened to you, because you're just gonna manifest more things.
Yeah, we've been manifesting like all the bad shit. But look, I looked 2:03 a.m. I heard sound in neighbor's backyard, and then I looked out, and he was fucking standing there. It was so scary.
Oh my fucking God.
It was so scary.
Well, I had fun on my iPhone last night. I fell asleep watching The Muppet Show and looking at cars on Facebook Market, and then I went to sleep, and then I was doing my investigative research on estate sales, because I still don't think they're real, and I still have not figured out how to find them, but I really want to go to one before I leave town. Like, I'm like really determined.
There's
to
probably
go
like a
into one.
website that's like estatesales.com.
No, there literally is, but it was made in 1942, and it literally functions like for somebody who only reads newspapers. Like, if you really look at it, a lot of those old websites are based on newspapers, and I've never read a newspaper in my goddamn fucking life, so I have no idea what to look for. I like don't know how to navigate that with my eyes.
The only time I ever like use, okay, so when I was younger, like Lone Star News would have like field trips, and we would go and see how like newspapers were made. Do I look big today or something? Like, why do you keep looking at me?
Oh, I'm looking at your belt, and I keep thinking about how I have those 2 belts that I ordered that don't fit me, and I need to return them, and I already put in the exchange, so I'm getting sent these other belts, and I'm probably just gonna get charged for these belts.
My tummy hurt.
What?
But we would go on field trips to like see how newspapers were created. And it was really sick and really exciting for me because it was like giant rolls of paper, like fucking massive. And then the other time I ever read a newspaper was when I took Silly Putty, and you would put Silly Putty on the newspaper, and you could create a stamp and lift the ink and put it on the thing. And I did that.
I think I did that with magazines.
I did that with my newspaper article about me winning the art show, because I was like, oh, I'm so different. Like,
You are different. You're like doing collage shit. Other kids are like outside playing, like, and enjoying life, and you're inside like
doing mosaics,
playing with ink that probably had lead in it.
I did mosaic one time. The one and only time I did mosaic. I like was cutting the tiles, and like I was making this like design. I don't know what the fuck to call it, and there were tiles like all over the floor.
That's called.
And there were tiles, like cut tiles all over the floor.
Yeah.
And like I was moving around on my knees, and I sliced my knee open.
Dumbass.
No, it was bad. It was.
Did you have like jeans on at least?
No, it was shorts. It was to the bone. I was literally like 10 years old.
Why were you doing mosaics and playing with glass at 10 years old?
Because I was just an artistic
Honestly,
being.
No, it goes to show where were your parents? Like, why were you having no guidance?
No, actually, where were my parents?
No,
Mom, where were you? No, she was helping me.
Well, it's funny you went to a newspaper factory, because the only factory they took us to as a kid is we went to Krispy Kreme.
Back at it again at Krispy Kreme. Back at it again at Krispy Kreme. The fuck? Why did you not know?
That's not it, right?
Oh my god.
That is it.
Is it?
Yeah, it's that dude who's like, back at it again at Krispy Kreme.
Oh, for some reason I thought it was a different franchise.
Because the whole funny thing is, like, does he do that all the fucking time? Yeah. Like, why is he in there flipping?
I think that is like magnum opus Vine for me. My favorite Vine is that one specifically because of the amount of questions you have after that one. And I bet you thought we wouldn't steal a bus. We stole a bus. And I just recently watched like a dissertation video on that video, and then I found out that she made a video telling the story of how her and her homie.
To see that.
It's really sick. But yeah,
I also need Kay and Kali, come get your juice, but I don't know their names. That's my biggest thing.
Come get y'all juice.
That's my biggest thing, is like I don't know what the names are. It could be like Kim and Colin, like Kay and Colleen, like it literally could be like so many names, but because I can't see them, I literally was gonna do this thing during COVID. I don't know if you remember. I was like writing down a bunch of Vines that I felt like had so many questions to them, and I really wanted to be on my investigative journal shit and hunt these people down and know what happened after, like how did that happen, why did you do that, who had the idea, and all these things. But I have the brain of a
mastermind.
No,
I have the mind of what the fuck was I going to say?
I don't know.
We need to bring them onto the podcast one. But what was I starting? Oh, the thing about the Krispy Kreme video is it never actually happened. Why do you keep looking at me?
I'm looking at your shirt.
You're making me insecure about my body.
You literally have the most graphic t-shirt on that you've worn in like the past 4 months, and I'm just looking at the design on it.
It's also the same shade as your skin.
So you kind of just look naked.
Looks like you have a huge nipple on the front of your chest. And also your hat is like the same.
Oh my god, Kai, you're going in.
Can you leave me the fuck alone, sandy shoes, sandy fucking bottom, soggy bottom, bitch?
Why do we have to bring up the shoes?
You're a dusty, saggy, soggy bottom.
I really can't believe there's video of your shoes like actually turning to dust on camera.
The sand spilled out. It's really, really jarring. It's really, really crazy.
It's not bad. It's just you look naked, and I think it's a good outfit, but you look naked.
Okay, and it's not bad that you're a soggy, dusty bottom. I never said that was a bad thing.
Okay.
But yeah, we went to the Krispy Kreme factory. That's where they took us. They didn't take us to like a newspaper factory, a magazine factory or something. No, they fucking literally took us. Also, it wasn't even the factory. It was the Krispy Kreme store that all of us had already been to in our life. And they took us there and they had the windows and had us put on little hairnets and go stand outside of the window. We didn't even get like a VIP experience. We got the same experience you got when you went to this Krispy Kreme, because this was one of the Krispy Kremes that had all the clear windows so you could see the machines making them and everybody making the Krispy Kreme donuts. So they literally just took us to fucking Krispy Kreme and had us pay $15 to the school to take us to fucking Krispy Kreme.
That is crazy. Do you remember going?
Such a scam, because everybody, like, someone made a really funny TikTok where it was like, why are plane tickets so fucking expensive? Bitch, you're already going that way. Just let me get on. Like, stop being fucking stingy. And that's literally how I feel about the fucking field trips. Every kid, like 50 kids don't have to give you $15 to cover the bus charge. The buses work for the school. That same bus is taking me home after school. Like, it's all the big I'm already finesse. Getting on the bus. Like, why are you taking $15 from me?
And you have to bring your own lunches and shit.
I know, it's insane.
Crazy. At least feed me. And then like the stress of having to get your fucking
your paper sign
signature.
I would fake the fuck out of that signature.
I was never brave enough until I was like in high school. Like I wasn't brave enough to like forge my parents' signatures.
I think as a kid I didn't understand that like forging a signature was not only immoral but a crime. But in my head I was like, why am I gonna have this conversation with my parents? Like, no. And I would just sign it. Also, I would always forget. Like I would constantly forget, because if I turn my head from something, it no longer exists if I'm not like having my eyes on it. So I would always forget. And then the morning of the field trip, my teacher would be like, or like the day before the day of the field trip, she'd be like, all right, last call, like who has your field trips? And then I would just forge my dad's signature.
That's lit. That is lit.
Yeah.
That's really lit.
Oh my God. Okay. Like, you don't sound like you think that.
No, it's just like cool that you would just commit a crime like that, like fraud, but like whatever.
I was like, I didn't realize.
I don't know. I just don't find that shit cool. You know what's crazy is when I was like 14 or 15, there was like a vine made of me. So I had just gone to a rave that night. I was like 15. I was 16 because I drove there. And I went to this rave in Dallas and I snuck out and I was not supposed to be there. And my mom and my parents like knew I was going to these raves, but they didn't know what I was doing at this rave. Like I was always like good at like being like,
they thought you were just dancing.
Drugs. Yeah, they thought I was just having a fun time. But no, I was doing Molly at 16 and ruining my brain. Don't fucking do that. It's the worst fucking thing you can ever do to your brain. And I'm not kidding. Don't do what I do.
We're perfect examples of that, because like just look at me and it's like, whoa, gorgeous, really grew into that brain. Then look at him and it's like, whoa, something went very wrong.
No, there's definitely holes in my fucking brain. I don't know if that's real, but the fucking molly worms milled into my brain. Millie walked into my brain.
What the fuck were you saying? Where's this story going?
Okay, so I went to this rave in Dallas and I did Molly at the ripe age of 16 and it was the worst thing I've ever done. But we still had to get home and I was like the only one that could drive because everyone was also twacked out, and I was just like, fuck it, like I'll do it. And like drove an hour and a half, an hour and 45 back home. Like I was driving hella slow, very safe. I'm genuinely saying like, this isn't me trying to be cool. Like this is not chill. This shouldn't have happened.
Do not
like,
do this.
Do not do this. Like it's one of the worst things I've ever done. But then I got home at like midnight and one of my neighbors were throwing a party and I went to this party and in the bathroom, like me and my homies like went to the bathroom and they started doing really, really bad things. And I was like, okay, that's where I draw the line. I'm not going to do that. And while we were in the bathroom, they were cops started banging on the door and busting the party. And like they filtered out the house and they didn't go into the bathroom. We were like, oh, we're good. Like we just have to camp out here for like another hour and we're good. And then they started banging on the bathroom door and they were like, get out of the fucking bathroom and all this shit. And we were like, no, like we're going to stay in here. And then my homie like threw the bad shit in the toilet and flushed it. And the cops were screaming like, "Don't flush the fucking toilet! Why are you flushing the toilet?" Like all this shit. And then we all three like came out, and they were like, "What the fuck were you doing in there?" And we were like, "Oh, we were just like chilling. Like we were hiding. We were just like trying to get away from you guys." Well, this was a party of a bunch of minors with alcohol, but I had just gotten there and I wasn't planning on drinking because like I know like the reactions that causes in your brain. It's just not good. It's very neurotoxic. And I was like, if I'm going to do one neurotoxic thing, I'm not going to fucking do two and ruin my brain even further. So I was just like, I'm going to chill. Well, the cops took all of us outside. There was like probably 40 of us out front. And they put us in a big circle and it started to rain and they started breathalyzing each and every single one of us, like all in the circle. And I was the only person that blew zeros because I didn't fucking drink that night. And the cops were super sus about that. And they were like, "Why did everybody else blah, 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 blah." And I was just like, I didn't drink. And then like as I was blowing the second time around, a kid was recording me and uploaded it on Vine of me blowing zeros, and like everybody in this circle like celebrated and was like, "Fuck yeah," like just going crazy. And that's kind of my story. And then the cops, when they were going back around reading everybody their like breathalyzer numbers, they switched mine with this girl and they said that I blew numbers, and everybody was like, "He just blew fucking zeros. Like, why are you trying to like," and they were like fighting. And then I was like, "I'll blow a third time if I fucking have to." Like I didn't, and it was just like this big deal. But then he was just like, "Okay, go home." And I just got in my car and drove home. Or no, we walked there and I got in my car and walked home. Yeah.
So that was your victory story. But it's funny because you still did drugs. So, like, if
Well,
I was there,
drugs are
I would have
cool.
snitched on you.
Drugs are
personally.
cool. Drugs are really
If
cool.
I was there and
actually.
I was drunk and I knew you did Molly, I would have been like, yeah, he blew zeros because he did fucking Molly. And then we would have never been friends.
Well, no, like the thing was like, you know, the story, the show Euphoria, that was written about my life. I was actually in the writer's
Oh my
room,
fucking God, that
and
makes
that's
so
why
much
I'm
sense.
in the third season.
Yeah, that makes I mean,
yeah.
like, being in the third season and being the janitor that's, like, in the background at the school, like, I don't know that, like, I wouldn't put that on my, like, IMBD or anything, but it is still a feat to be on camera with some of the biggest stars in the world.
I just
Yes.
don't have
lines. You don't have lines.
but like I'm still on screen sharing the screen
Yeah.
with Sydney Sweeney.
That's what I'm saying. Like, that's cool, but I don't know that I would brag about that because,
okay.
like,
Yeah, you'll be saying that once I get my royalties check.
of 3 cents.
Yeah, 3 cents a month for the rest of my life. But we were talking about that yesterday. That like we're actively witnessing like the Robert Downey Jr., the Leonardo DiCaprio, the Scarlett Johanssons of our generations. Like
I was gonna say, you better
formed.
name a woman because you're counting up.
Oh
on
no,
the
I got
men.
the girls.
Yeah,
like,
okay.
The girls.
Yeah,
are
we're
in my back
literally
pocket.
watching the Hollywood Renaissance happening, where all the like
The shift.
stars we grew up on are just like moving on and kind of moving out. Maybe not by choice because they're all like obsessed with still being famous, and it's like, dude, if I had the money you had, I would like shut up and never be on camera again because like I don't want to watch you on screen anymore. But that's just my take.
Also, you're fucking
and I'll probably have a
creepy.
different take by the time that like if I ever get to be on camera like that, I'll probably do it till I'm like 88 because I love attention at that point. So I should shut the fuck up. But it's crazy, like, yeah, seeing all the new faces, and it's crazy like. I'm one of those faces because I'm actually in The Idol.
Mm-hmm. Oh really?
Yeah, I'm the big finale. I shouldn't be saying that. We have to cut that.
we have to cut that.
I'm the big finale. It's just me. I don't play a character.
Well, I'm also in
it's
Stranger
Lily's
Things.
character is like decompressing and like she's like, whew, hard day being a pop star, and it's her in bed and she's watching my YouTube videos. Yeah.
Nasty.
Because it's her comfort. It's my old vlogs, her comfort video.
I don't know if I would want to be tied to that.
I mean, that's what you say until you see my royalties. See, I have real royalties.
17 cents.
Should I read the crazy thing that I wrote that I don't remember writing yesterday? Or like this, I remember this is I said this into my phone. So also Siri is fucked up and can never understand what the fuck I'm saying. So this probably has a million typos, but it's a really long paragraph that I just like went on a tangent over. I said, there's no better feeling than derealizing for 5 hours on the couch to any media I can get my hands on to to any media I could get my hands on to overstimulate me for that time. And then after those 4 hours, getting up and realizing I can move my legs and like move my whole body. And it just gives me this insane adrenaline rush because it's a reminder that I am alive after being gone from this planet for 6 hours. So I blast a song I really like and I dance around for like 2 minutes. And then as the song's coming to an end, I start realizing that I have nowhere to go to dance like this. So dancing like this in my house is just not nearly as fulfilling as being out in the wild or being out at a club and dancing with other people, and then going back to overstimulating myself because I just can't get that kind of joy that I had for 2 minutes and that I'm seeking in this moment, because it usually happens around 3 p.m. anyways, which is brave of me to even say, because that would insinuate that I wake up at 9 a.m. or something, but I haven't woken up before 11 p.m. in like 9 weeks, and I think I'm going to kill myself. So I said all of that into my phone last night alone in my bedroom.
Something is seriously wrong with you.
Yeah.
Like there's something really odd.
Someone out there knows exactly the feeling I'm talking about.
No, I fully relate to that.
So it's like, something's wrong with you, because I wrote that for people like you. I don't have those feelings. I just wanted to monetize and profit off of weird people like you who have that feeling.
Yeah, mental health is sexy. Like, mental health is like a thing that you can sell now. So
yeah, and it's weird.
Yeah.
Mental health is weird. Taking care of yourself is weird.
The commodification of mental health.
The ossification of mental health.
Okay, well, this is one of the notes that I have. I can look at a guy or girl. We you know what I'm saying. Like, we don't discriminate here.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Finish your sentence.
And I can look at a guy and a girl and know if they have stinky private parts. I can just tell. It's like a sixth sense. I really can just like look at you and know like if you're like a little stinky down there.
I would agree, but I would even say that it's kind of hard because some of the most like clean and well put people I've ever met, you find out that they have really not lit hygiene. What?
I know someone.
Yeah. Like you get down to the bottom of it and it's like, damn, I would have never thought that if I saw you outside. Like, but that's it. And then there's a lot of people who like fake practice good hygiene. They don't got that. They don't have that.
Actually, I don't fake it.
Because you just don't do it.
Yeah.
So.
Well,
Wait, you did something crazy. Oh my God, Drew showered twice yesterday. Yeah. Something is happening.
I showered at the gym and then I showered last night because Enya was smoking cigarettes and blowing it all over my body, and it was in my sebaceous glands, and it was just like I could smell it faintly, and it was just awful.
He'd rather smell like fucking methamphetamine from his puff bar than cigarettes.
Yeah,
I've never smelled meth, but some of those puff bars is what I assume the smell of someone doing meth
Josiah
is.
Smells like cat piss. Like, unironically smells like cat piss, and like I'm not the only person to tell him that. And when he smokes that, like, I can
what
find
flavor
Josiah,
does he have?
I don't know what it's called.
Is it the red and
orange one?
Orange?
Yeah, I can find him like in the house based off of the scent of cat piss following him wherever he goes.
Drew is sipping on watermelon sour peach today, if anybody was wondering. We should do your flavors of the day.
Yeah, watermelon
but
sour
I guess that's
peach.
Gonna end because since you're quitting
In a week.
I think when this episode comes out, you will have quit already.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Which is very big news. And
we'll see.
We also 2 days ago watched the Apple Vision unveiling. And I wanted to get your tea on that. I wanted to know what your thoughts are.
My thoughts? It's annoying because like we just have such like not such opposite thoughts, but I think everybody knows that as much as I rely on technology and social media for my livelihood, I just have so many grievances with it and disagreements with it. And I don't know. I fall in this in-between place. I remember I got into a really crazy argument with my ex over surveillance and how I just don't care for surveillance. And I kind of still feel like that, but there are certain things that I think are crossing the line. And once it starts to feel super inhumane, the idea that I'd be wearing this thing and it can sense another human like looking at me and coming up to me to talk to me and then giving a recording of my eyes. It just feels weird. Like, I don't know. I'm in between. I think it's awesome because specifically for a plane, like I would love to have that thing on a plane flight, like on a 7-hour flight. That would be awesome. Although it only fucking lives for 2 hours. So
I just saw that in a comment somewhere. I don't know if that's
no,
like,
Marcus
real.
said it did.
Really? Oh yeah, we love MKBHD in this house. We stand
I genuinely love him. Like hi, Papa.
No, it's literally giving that.
We're like, Papa.
Hey.
But yeah, he said it lasts for 2 hours, but you can plug it into like a fucking port or something and like keep it going forever, which I think would actually drain all the power from a plane and crash it because that machine shouldn't be plugged in a plane.
I wonder if they're gonna make like different size battery packs.
Yeah, I mean, it would be beneficial to have like a bigger battery pack just so that it can live longer. Because he made a good point in his video too, that a huge thing they're trying to sell with it is this interactiveness in terms of watching movies and like Josh just passed away and his ghost floated out of the house.
I hope you could hear that.
This immersive experience of watching movies. So why the fuck would the battery only last 2 hours? Most movies are either 2 hours and 10 minutes or like, oh my God, you're like fading away.
I just don't fuck with them.
Oh my God. I know. Sometimes it's like scary. Like you're weird.
There's like an energy coming from the camera.
Yeah, sometimes it's like we're talking and then it's like, oh, you're here.
Oh, wow. No.
I didn't know you were actually going to come. So it's like, I don't know. It's weird. This episode is sponsored by MeUndies. MeUndies is a celebration of what makes you who you are underneath it all. They know comfort better than anyone, from undies and socks to bold apparel like onesies and dog hoodies. I, for a long time, never invested in good underwear, and it's honestly something that I'm very ashamed and embarrassed to say because, as most of you know, I love buying really nice clothes, but underneath it all, I had underwear that was probably way too old for me to admit, and I'm not going to put a number on it, but you can guess. You can guess a number that's embarrassing. MeUndies is such a perfect opportunity to slowly build up a new little army of actually good underwear because it's so important to take those base layers to high standard because it's literally the closest thing to your body and to what some would say are very important parts of your body. I will not specify any further than that. MeUndies has such a variety of patterns, colors, and cuts. I honestly love a little brief moment, something simple, hearts, maybe stars. I still keep it pretty simple, but if I ever want to step out of those boundaries and get something floral or with plaid, MeUndies has me covered. Get more than just junk in your mailbox with a MeUndies membership. Choose a new pair of undies, socks, or bralette each month to grow your collection. You'll also save up to 30% on all the MeUndies Snuggly softness you can handle. Plus, you'll get early access to special deals and new products. To get 25% off your first order plus free standard shipping, visit MeUndies.com/emergency. Remember, if you're not satisfied, your purchase is on MeUndies. That's 25% off your first order at MeUndies.com/emergency.
This episode of Emergency Intercom is sponsored by BetterHelp. So as of late, I feel like I've been putting my time, energy, and emotions into other things and people rather than into myself. And I find it really, really hard to find that balance between the two. It's really easy to get caught up in what everyone else needs from you. And it's really bad to not take a moment for yourself and to take care of yourself and take care of your mental health needs. And that's where BetterHelp comes in. It's perfect for learning positive coping skills and how to set boundaries and how to really take care of yourself and take that time for yourself and yourself only. The great thing about BetterHelp is it's entirely online. You can do it from the comfort of your own bedroom, in your car, in the bathroom, because that's my comfort space, and that's where I would do it. If you're thinking of starting therapy, give BetterHelp a try. It's entirely online, designed to be convenient, flexible, and suited to your schedule. Just fill out a brief questionnaire and get matched with a licensed therapist and switch therapists at any time for no additional charge. Find more balance with BetterHelp. Visit betterhelp.com/intercom today to get 10% off your first month. That's BetterHelp, HELP.com/intercom.
But yeah, the battery life is weird. But mainly how I feel about it is I just believe that I don't believe in the progression of technology. And whatever, people can argue that. I understand there's pros and cons. There's pros and cons to everything. But in my head, I'm just like, a lot of it is scary. Like,
Yeah,
I don't know.
my
It
take
makes
on
me
it
uncomfortable.
is I think Apple Vision is going to suck. I think the first generation product isn't going to be what we want, but like 4 generations down the line, it'll get smaller and cheaper, and it will be sick. I'm still getting one. Might get a second one
Yeah, I
to
mean, I still want to
resell.
get one just because of the
It's important. It's
it's like a huge
culturally,
step
yeah.
in technology,
Even though
but I also
VR has,
probably won't do that because I won't touch it.
yeah, even though VR has like been around for so long, like I do think this is like the genesis of like the new frontier that we're gonna explore, like the iPhone was. Like I do think it's gonna be something that's like adopted widely. Not at first because they're even limiting it to an American audience, which is crazy because
Oh,
I
I
feel
didn't
like
know
you
that.
need
That's
like a
insane.
user database like to do that. Like I don't
Maybe
know,
it's
but
because our data laws are so much more loose here that they can
just
consume.
scan
They
our
could
retinas.
no, literally. I wonder if that's it. It's
Um,
because it's like
it
also an
probably
American
is.
company, so
That's the
most companies are probably like, we don't want you fucking collecting data here,
Yeah,
bitch.
but my ultimate take on it is like I'm excited for it. I'm excited for the future, and like we've been living in this like weird dystopia for like the last like 10, 20 years where it's like all of the bad things about the future are happening and we're not getting anything good, but like we're finally getting like the good part, like one of the good parts, which is like something you can just like immerse yourself in and like escape all the bad parts. Which like it's a product of the environment. Like it's not gonna fix the problems, but like at least it'll make it a little easier.
It literally,
Um,
this is the corniest thing ever, but I watching Marcus's video, I was like, damn, I need to rewatch Wall-E as a
yeah,
full-grown adult because it is so real.
it's
Like,
coming soon.
we really are just like headed towards the inevitable end, which I won't be alive for, which makes me happy. And if it does start, I will simply kill myself. Stop fucking playing with me. Um, but yeah, but that's also, I just have the tendency to think very pessimistic, and also I do nothing but envy the lack of technology,
Yeah, I'm just
even
falling
though
for
I'm
the
obsessed with technology because it like runs my whole life. But
yeah, I'm just falling for the psychological operation of the Apple Vision. Like I recognize that, but like
but you also in
just trying
general
to have
just usually
fun.
you're like way more invested in like the future of technology than I am. I
Yeah.
am like,
I just like to see the good in everything.
I
Like
just
I
it
try hard.
scares me really bad. But that's
Yeah.
also why I was like, I'm like, where does this conversation even go? Because it's just always me being like, no, that's a no from me. Because I just, it freaks me out. Also, it shouldn't take pictures. That like
Yeah, that was
shouldn't
the
take fucking
craziest thing I've
pictures.
ever seen was being like, oh, like you can watch
Immerse
back
yourself in
your yeah, you
memories.
can watch back your memories like a Black Mirror episode, but then like they showed how it's done and it's this dude with this fucking mask on his face taking photos of these children like it's weird. It's like the dad with the 14-foot fucking giant camera at the birthday parties when they were younger. Like it's an eyesore. It's weird. It's not
Which
natural.
even that, I wonder if that felt as unnatural because I think it's one thing to have this like thing. Because already with iPhones, it bothers me. Like, I genuinely don't believe in recording everything. But then I think about how I am so jealous of people who have these tapes. But I don't know, there's something so different about it being like a digital phone where you can upload it and immediately rewatch it, and for some reason that really bothers me. And I feel like with like tapes and digital cameras, even like before the year 2005, it was a big thing to record a few minutes of something and then kind of like drop your phone and keep it pushing. But I don't know, maybe I'm just being one of those annoying people who's like, it's so different now, when it's kind of been the same. People have always wanted to record and document things that are happening because memories have always been such an important part of not only history but human nature. People love to preserve ideas and feelings because we're so obsessed with feeling good, and a part of feeling good is being nostalgic, blah 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 blah. So there's that. But something about it being on your fucking face,
No,
it's like,
I think that's
that is
unanimous.
so crazy. That's the killer. Like,
yeah, that's like unanimous. Like, it will only be adopted when it's a chip into your brain, like widely. And I will be getting that chip immediately. I don't give a fuck. But you should look into the work of Ted Kaczynski. I think you'd really like his work.
Oh.
Well, listen to this factoid. 295,000 people, 0.00037% of the population holds 33% of all wealth on Earth. It's pretty crazy.
I'm not kidding. Numbers are like, I have no idea what you just said. And I really tried to listen. Like, I was like looking at like a blank thing because I was like, okay, he's saying numbers. I have to listen. But numbers are so hard for my brain to grasp that I have no idea what you just said. So you have to repeat it, or I'll read it.
0.00037% of the population holds 33% of all wealth on Earth.
It's so insane.
That's literally what I was thinking of when I watched that keynote.
Yeah.
Like, because I remember I watched it, and the next day I drove over here to do the podcast, and I was like, the roads in LA are so fucked up. Like, I want
potholes
healthcare.
everywhere.
Like, this is, I don't want to strap a computer to my face, especially when like the people that are in that fraction, they make passively like $1 million a day just from like what they own.
Horrifying.
Also,
And
they're
there's
so fucking old, and like,
Yeah.
it's all these old people who are just giving it to their fucking greedy little fucking mongrel
nasty,
families,
rodent fucking kids,
nasty fucking
evil
kids who are gonna just do the same fucking thing because they are gonna grow up and be like, my life was fucking awesome, why would I suffer? When you don't have to suffer, you just don't need to hoard. It's literally a fucking disease. Like, you have a fucking disease, you are a hoarder.
Yeah, no, deadass. It's weird. It's scary and diabolical. And I just wanted to share that factoid with y'all because it is very interesting.
It's fucking insane.
Very much. Which brings me to my next point, that my most ideal life is starting a small business and packing the orders myself and selling little trinkets and plastic goods out of my bedroom in my house in upstate New York.
That sounds really nice.
I'll just work for
honestly.
you because I don't want to do anything, so I'll just take the stuff to the post office.
Well, you'll have your shop. I'll have my
Yeah.
online shop.
I do want to shop. That's like my dream, is to have a shop. Period.
I want to get a tattoo on my finger with a little mustache.
I was gonna say, yeah.
And then hold it like this, and then ride a unicycle.
Galaxy bacon.
Why don't you
Galaxy
actually just do
mustache
it?
bacon.
I'm going to.
Galaxy mustache
I'd like to see
bacon.
it. You should literally just do it. Who cares? Tattoos are literally funny. Like,
I'm
do
going
it.
to. I'm
Galaxy
gonna get
goggles.
Me, I'm like, yeah, you should do it.
Yeah, you're like,
You should
ruin
do
your
that.
life.
I mean, you're already like, you don't have much left. You might as well do the fun stuff. You're like pushing, like, you're getting really old. So
No, I have many.
You know what I'm
many
saying?
years.
Wow.
I mean,
I have many
That
years.
was
I don't know if
crazy.
I would call 4 years many, but you have some years under your belt
34?
left.
No, I'll be. No, I have many decades.
You'll be 87?
No, I'm not gonna be 87. What
In
the
4
fuck? Why
years.
does it keep moving up? I'm gonna be working on this podcast with you guys for 40 years.
Aw, we'll miss you.
It's gonna cost $500 to buy a cup of coffee.
Yeah.
And we're all gonna have computers strapped to our
Yeah, it's gonna
faces.
cost $500 to buy a coffee, but then like everything else will reflect it because like that's just, the government is good like that, and it, like they make sure it reflects in
Yeah,
the way people are
exactly.
paid.
Yeah, wages will go up about 2%.
And Florida, and by that time Florida will be like #1 state. It'll have the crown. 'Cause
Yes.
they're so good.
And it will be underwater.
Damn, dude. Someone the other day said we were all talking about where we were from, and they go, and it's from Florida, and I was like, no, I'm not. Like, I literally was like, guys.
You don't claim
I
that.
literally was like, guys, don't fucking say that about me, please. I was like, I'm from Miami, and they're like, yeah, Florida. I'm like,
Not
fuck.
the same.
It is not the same, but it is under the same scary state.
Yeah,
but
I'm
that
from-
was like, now, like, it's always been a joke to be like, oh, you're from Florida, but Florida is so fucking terrifying right now.
It is the
that somebody
worst place
like
on
looking
earth.
at me in a crowd and be like, Florida. It literally felt like it was like one of those moments where someone points in a movie and then
You
the person,
believe
like,
everything
comes
Florida's
forward.
doing right now?
I
That's
mean,
what that
okay.
person is saying. I'm not saying that.
Oh, okay.
to you.
I thought you were trying to like put me out there.
Oh,
but like,
no.
That's between us.
Yeah. Wait, what? No.
Whoa.
I just feel like you guys are fucking putting me on the spot, and like I don't think I need to.
Those
like,
are crocodile tears. Those are crocodile tears, honey.
Yeah. Whoa. I think I would be happier if I was somebody who let outside clothes on my bed. I thought about that because
Yeah,
I've been
100%.
so, like,
That
not
is like a
happy recently.
debilitating disease that you have that like you can't do anything. It's like not chill.
Like, I just don't like to be in my room when I'm dirty, and then I just haven't been hanging out in my room because I just don't want to be in there because the only place to lay is my bed, but I don't want to get in my bed in my outside clothes, so I just don't hang out in my room. And last night when I got to my room, I had this thought that I haven't been in there in so long, and that's probably what's been making me so sad. But I think I'm just so sad because every day's been the same.
Every day's a new day.
Every day in LA has looked the same. I'm
It's
sure you've seen
the
everybody
worst.
complain about it.
I wrote that down because I was like, dude, it has been cloudy for 86 days in a row, and I am the first person to support and rally behind an overcast day because it really is like the greatest thing to ever happen. But it's overcast without rain. It's bullshit, and like it's starting to be really scary.
And it's just
gray.
also annoying because you see everybody else on your iPhone out in the sun having fun. And I live in a sunny place, aka Los Angeles, but where is the sun?
Yeah.
Makes you think. It really makes you think.
Yeah.
Everybody in New York posting this episode is coming out so far after this, so me saying this is so stupid. Everybody posting the like fire skies in New York are so obviously people who have never lived in LA.
Yeah.
Because everybody's posting it like when people in LA see a rainbow, and we all have to post it because we never see rain or rainbows. So we like have to post it on our story. That's what everybody in New York is doing about the sky. They're like, it's orange out. Like,
Wow.
yeah. It's
They've
literally-
obviously never grown up in Texas. I grew up in Hood County.
okay.
I really did.
I know, but like,
I'm
we'll see what
from the trenches of Granbury.
Granbury is a place. Yes.
Granbury is the worst place. They made an episode of We're Here about Granbury.
I know. I think we talked. Did we talk about that? I think we might have.
think
We
so.
might have like
we
lightly,
briefly touched on it. Really diabolical vibe. Really scary what this world has come to. And another thing that people have been saying about me recently is that there was pre-LASIK and post-LASIK Drew, and that I was a sillier boy pre-LASIK. Which, yeah, that's probably
sillier
true.
boy?
Yeah, that's probably true.
Wait,
but
why?
I was
did
also
you said Celier.
No, I said sillier. But I also like am like
An adult.
a grown ass man with a fully formed brain. Like this is the brain I'm gonna have for the rest of my life, unfortunately.
And it's really terrifying. It's
Yeah.
like genuinely.
Yeah.
Like,
I was also
scary.
thinking about how like I've literally never been in love in my life because I'm not capable of love. I'm capable of love. Like I love people in my life, but like love, like that's never going to happen for me. And that the closest I ever got was with someone who is scared of themselves.
Yeah. I mean, it also you
And
just
they're still fucking obsessed with me. They're
know.
nasty. Leave me the fuck alone, you freak bitch. Like, it's not even, like, hurtful at this point to get a text from them. It's literally disgusting, and I'm like, leave me the fuck alone. You're embarrassing.
It's crazy because I was thinking the other day, like, there was a world where that did happen, and it would have been so not good. It would have been so bad. So it's good that it didn't happen.
I would have
but
been
it was,
killed.
Yeah. I'm
That
not
is the
kidding. You would
killer.
have been killed.
Yeah.
Everybody has their killer, and that's Drew's killer. I don't know who my killer is yet. I haven't, like, unveiled them. Like, it's still, like...
Yeah. Maybe it's sitting right in front of you and you've never even noticed.
Yeah, maybe it is Drew. Maybe it is Drew.
I don't think it's true. I think it's you.
What? No.
No, Kai's too pussy to kill someone.
No, I
He's
was
not the
saying that
killer.
I'm your
Oh, that
killer.
you're okay.
Yeah.
That makes more sense.
Yeah, so
You
just
like
be
are
ready.
not the killer.
Be
Like
ready.
Wait, no, I could definitely kill someone.
no. Oh,
No, I
whoa.
could,
Oh
I
my
could.
god.
Absolutely.
I am not too much of a pussy.
This is gonna age like that clip of David Dobrik being like, "What if I accidentally kill one of my friends?"
Yeah, for real. For real.
Okay, my other note is I think I just need to do meth. And that's the last thing I thought to myself at 2:45 a.m. that I thought was necessary to write down. And I say that because I don't know, I need excitement in my life. I actually think I'm going to go see a psychologist. I
You can just
decided
get
last
legal
night.
meth. Go to a psychiatrist and get legal meth. Adderall. Y'all are all taking meth.
I don't want to go to a psychiatrist because I don't want to like be given anything, but I want to go to a psychologist because I want them to tell me what's wrong with me. and I want to see if something's wrong with me, and I will bring back my results. Don't you worry.
Should we do that together?
Yeah, unless they're actually frightening, then you will never hear about this again. But I need to know what's wrong with me. I genuinely cannot describe in words how I feel. I literally feel like my brain has half of its power.
So me and Enya have been watching some stand-up comedy recently with Josh, and it has been genuinely scaring the fuck out of us and like making me think very, very weirdly. Okay, they're alive. The neighbors are alive. Okay, good. Has been making me think very, very weirdly about comedy in general and performance in general. And it's specifically people bombing that makes me very, very uncomfortable. But like also like on top of that, like the persona a lot of these comedians take up like as part of their like character because they're performing. Like I don't think they act like that in real life. And if they do, it's a character that they've got lost in. But yeah, it's just been freaking me out. All of it has just been freaking me out. And we watched an episode of this like podcast comedy thing, and there was a guest judge on there, or not even a judge, there was a guest on there that like he was freaking us the fuck out. It was so awkward.
Bad. And like it was so bad for my brain because right before we watched it, we had watched Eric Andre. And we watched the first, it still holds up. It's still so funny. But we watched one episode and then I was like, dude, I'm sorry to do this, but I have never watched that show high. And I was like, if this is funny to my sober brain, I need to see how my high brain reacts to this. So I was like, I'm going to take an edible and we're going to like, let's watch something else for 30 minutes and then we'll watch this. But what ended up happening is we watched an hour and a half of this show, which I'm sure if people watch it, they'll know what the fuck we're talking about, but I'm not saying the fucking name of that show.
I know, I don't want to say it either.
I'm like, no. Yeah. I want to bully that little man. But
nasty fucking blazer, like nasty blazers.
We ended up, instead of just watching like a Mr. Beast video or something, we ended up in this hour and a half journey of literally watching somebody go through their like, I don't even know what the fuck it was, but because I was high, we started it when I was sober, and then right when this guy started tweaking and fucking freaking the fuck out, weird. I was getting high and then it was freaking me out, and I literally at one point he's like, I'm going to shut up because my edible is hitting. But he didn't shut up. He just kept getting like crazier.
It was really, really dark.
It literally felt like I was watching myself or something. Like, I don't know how to describe it. I was like, oh my God, have I ever acted like this? Like, this is really insane. And it was just, dude, it was freaking me out. Like,
yeah, it was just,
dude.
Yeah, it's just something you have to see and you'll never see unless you already know.
Yeah,
because
oh my God, it was so scary. Like stand up is so weird. And then like we watched the Eric Andre show, so funny. But then we moved back to stand up, and it was freaking me the fuck out. Like I genuinely couldn't understand, not that I couldn't understand the jokes, but it was just making me feel so weird.
Like people gathering in a room to watch someone tell jokes is such a weird concept, and like they all hold them, like the comedians, on such like a high pedestal, and like when they don't make you laugh, like you freak out and you get angry and
it like mean. Just makes me so uncomfortable. Like it literally makes me so uncomfortable when someone's saying a joke and it doesn't make me laugh, even though I'm not there. Like I'm literally watching a video of this, and then I think about how it's our job to be funny, and I'm like, what the fuck does that mean? We're like, ooh, that is so weird. It was just, dude, it was really freaking me out. Like I literally, there shouldn't be videos of people doing stand up on the television.
Yeah, for real,
on the television,
on the telly,
love. Oh like, yeah, I shouldn't have access to seeing someone bomb. Like there shouldn't be. That shouldn't be recorded and put on the internet. That is honestly the most evil thing ever, which is brave of me to say because most of this podcast is like, there's at least 10 hours of me just bombing and not doing well. So brave of me to say that. But like, oh, dude, it was just freaking me out. It was really, really scaring me. And then it was crazy because I was thinking about how...
I've never bombed on this.
What was I saying? Okay. I just have a hard time lying, so I just couldn't reply to you because it would hurt your feelings. But fuck, what the fuck was I gonna say? Oh my God.
Sorry.
Oh, it's also was freaking me out because I was just thinking about how like we're moving into this era of AI and wondering if laborers, like people like who like people in my family who like do construction and like labor and physical work, I wonder if I don't know that they'll be working by the time this switch happens, but we've talked about this, how with the uproar of AI and it's going to be able to take so many jobs, a really important job, or at least what we're assuming will be laborers, like people who have physical talents, physical things they can create, they can build houses, they can build a table, they can do all these sorts of things. Top. Yeah, and then because of that, and because of watching stand-up, I was just thinking about how being like a jester and a fool used to be such a low-grade job. It used to be this thing that was a mockery to society. There's always been entertainment, but like I feel like there was a point where actors and plays and like all these things and all these other forms of artistry, which is again brave to call comedy artistry.
To a certain extent, I think it is.
Yeah, to a certain extent for sure, but like because entertainment in general is art. Yourself. Yeah, entertainment is art, but whatever. That's a whole other conversation. But like, it used to be like, oh, the king's jester, this fucking idiot who you just drag into the room and they don't get paid anything. They're like just in ball and chain and you're like, oh, you stupid fuck, do a dance. To think that it went from that to being people get paid so much to go on world tours where they're just on stage telling jokes was really freaking me out. And then I was like, damn, dude, things change so much. It's just
and now people who aren't funny have comedian in their bio on IG.
That is true. That is very true. Now people who aren't naturally funny won't shut up. Someone's going to be like, yeah.
Yeah, us too. Yeah, I'm so funny. Like I
just gave you an easy blow. That's how funny I am, is I gave you like an easy blow.
A little lob.
But yeah, that's it. I'm just feeling existential, I guess, today. And I need the sun to come out or I actually think something really, 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 really fucking bad is going to happen to me.
Yeah, hello, I'm sitting right here. I'm the bad thing that's gonna happen.
I'm the bad thing, bruh. I'm the bad fly. Did you make that up?
No, Josiah did.
That is really good. I'm the bad fly. Do you get it? That's something like Weird Al would make in like 2003. We need Josiah back on because Josiah is literally such a hoot and a holler. You know, I don't think people want to see Josiah again, but you know, you have no choice.
It's our podcast and not yours.
Yeah.
Someone said I was the Katya and that Enya was the Trixie.
Fair.
And it ain't. I want Trixie and Katya on this show.
Because I'm sexy and you're scary.
Yeah.
And that's the dynamic that always works.
Did you call Trixie not sexy?
I didn't say she's not sexy. I said she's scary.
Trixie. Or no.
And did
Katya.
I lie?
You called Katya.
Katya is a little
she's
scary.
The girl.
No, Katya is hilarious, but can we agree she's scary?
Yeah. Yeah. But
she's scary the way you're scary. Because I don't think either of you are real people.
I need them on the podcast separately.
I know.
We could probably do it because I think they're with the same company as us. Go into the genre-verse. Into the genre-verse you go.
What the fuck are you saying?
I just got a thing that popped up. The hell was that?
Hey, the loudest notification ever just played.
Hello by Beyonce. The Big Dream, David Lynch. I Chifa, DJ Paul. Let's Make a Stain, MC Mac. No, I'm not giving you that one. I've already given that one. Motion 3 by Roan. That's my media. And then I'm watching the last season of Succession. Pretty good, pretty chill.
Pretty good. Psycho. Best show ever. Come on. I've never seen it.
Watch Mob Psycho.
Well, I've been watching The Muppet Show. Hello. No one's talking about The Muppets anymore. That's where I'm at. I'm watching the fucking Muppets. And then my songs are Goodbye Again, John Denver, Arthur's Theme, Christopher Cross, Is That Love, Todd Ruddington, and then I Go to Rio, but the Muppets version.
I don't want to go to Rio. I said a no, no, no.
This is mine.
Did you start that because of Josh, or did Josh start because of you?
Dancing. Josh randomly brought up the Muppets to me, and I don't think he realized, like, I was obsessed with the Muppets when I was younger. So then I was just, like, talking to him about the Muppet Show, because he was watching the Muppets movies, and I was like, have you seen the show? And he was like, no, I didn't know there was a show. So then we went on a deep dive together of just watching the Muppets, and then in one of the episodes, they did this one, and I hadn't seen this episode.
One day we'll have Josh on here, but he's a big vagina baby and
Big
won't
loser!
be
Big
on the
loser,
podcast.
Josh!
Josh is a loser and won't be on the podcast. You hear that?
I don't think he's here anymore.
No, he's here. I could hear him back there laughing and the ghost leaving his body. The ghost of Josh left his body. Because we could have him on to talk about great things like the Muppets. Same with Orion. She's a big loser. She's a loser.
You know what it is I will say, I think for most people, podcasts are really scary.
Horrifying.
And I understand why, because you have to fill an hour with talking. And most people don't realize that it's annoying to be like, it's a taxing thing, but it's not the easiest to not only talk, but hearing yourself talk for an hour straight back for the first time is really jarring, because all you do is overanalyze yourself and listen to the words you say and the way you form your sentences, and it's really easy to be like, wow, I am one of the most unintelligent humans walking the fucking earth, I should never speak again. And I think most people are scared of that, but I think we'll get Orion on this summer. No, wait, actually, are you sad Pride, when this comes out? Pride is almost over. It's like halfway over.
You mean the Deadly Sin month? Pride month, the Deadly Sin.
I don't know that. Oh my God. Wait, Pride is actually one of the 7 deadly sins.
Yeah, let's talk about it.
I mean, but no,
You know,
but that's
spell,
a different Pride. I mean, like LGBT Pride.
spell
Like
Pride month out and look in the middle. You'll see your answer.
D.
LGBTBD.
D.
The fuck? DEMON, demon.
Oh. Okay.
Demon crats. All of the demon crats out there, the liberals.
You know, wait, what's the name of that one guy who was like, my wife doesn't get wet?
Oh, Ben Shapiro.
You served Ben Shapiro when you start talking about Pride.
Yeah, I don't fuck with that crap. It's really just not that.
I just think it's like weird to even like talk about it like that. You could just have a stance where, I mean, if you feel it has nothing to do with you, just like let it happen and let people enjoy themselves and express themselves.
Absolutely fucking not.
Okay. I mean, you just fill your time with being hateful.
The Illuminati, hello. The Illuminati's gonna get us.
Wait, this is I don't know if you saw this TikTok. I sent you like 18 TikToks and I don't think you watched any of them.
I watched them all.
This one is what you're serving. This is what you were serving about last night.
I watch every TikTok every single person sends me.
Wow,
because I'm a
really
good
embarrassing.
person.
You're just like on your phone like that. Like
That I am.
screen time at 16 hours challenge.
Yeah, try to beat it.
Fuck, where is this TikTok, dude? Oh, I think the one I'm trying to show you. Oh wait, maybe I didn't send it to you. It's like that lady. Oh, this one. This one's literally you when you start talking about Pride. Oh, it's unavailable. The video is gone.
Wow, flop arc, flop
no.
era.
No, it is. Fuck. It was a lady, like, she was just somewhere else. And she was like, my neighbors are watching me through the walls. They're sending signals through the walls and they're screaming and yelling the signals through the walls.
I saw it, yes.
That's you when Pride comes.
And I said that was Josiah.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you guys for watching. Bye.